Check, 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 check.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
listeners from all around the world,
All around the world.
we are the Uncelebs.
The Uncelebs.
Uncelebs podcast. I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 93. I'm Sean Solo.
Woo! Anthony, a.k.a. Nostalgic.
This is Steffi Nomadic Goddess.
This is Dre on motherfucking drums.
Yeah, man. First off, I want to just shout out everybody. It's Spotify gang, YouTube gang, Google Podcast gang, Apple Podcast gang, Anchor gang, gang. Right?
Bunk Gang.
No, not Bunk gang. Bunk.
Bunk. Did you see that man last video? He said he an upstanding citizen.
For Bunk gang?
Word. I need to show you the video. It shit looks like he looked like he off drugs and everything. You can't get them tattoos off though.
Of course
Yeah.
not.
He was wearing
Yeah.
a
You
button
get
up
them
and
lasered off,
everything.
though.
A button up and the lightest khakis that you can find. Like, you
Wow.
don't know if they tan or off white. Like,
Could it have been the sun?
you never know.
He could put some toner on his face, like some makeup, you know.
I mean, no, they have makeup
Yeah.
now that covers tattoos. So if he
Yeah.
really wanted to do that, he could. But I wasn't even thinking about the tattoos when you said he was an upstanding citizen. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Your attitude
That
and
sounds-
how you acting in the world is what I care about.
Right.
Nah, that sounds like when Daylight dressed up as a white dude on DJ Vlad.
Oh,
interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one with the spawn
That
I
sounds
tattoo.
like
didn't even
me.
see that. I need to see that.
But hey, I mean, Boom Gang could get some money out here. You see how Post Malone is like looking? He's like,
Nuh-uh.
Okay. Can I just say for the record,
Yeah.
there are a couple songs I like from Post Malone.
Mhm.
I think he should get all of the everything that we keep talking about is wrong with hip hop in the world as far as recognition. Not
Yeah.
really, because of how he acts behind the scenes. But
Yeah.
yeah. I can't hate on him, man.
I can't hate on him on the fact that I do like some of his songs. If I hated everything he put out, then I'd be like, no, fuck him.
Yeah.
Yo, if it wasn't for Into the Spider-Verse, I would not care two shits about Post Malone. But,
Yeah.
So,
All right. So, our topic is it's gonna be a bit touchy. We definitely have to talk about this.
Yeah.
But here's the goal for this episode. What we're gonna do is we're gonna give our insight. Not only we're gonna give our insight, but we're gonna put a resolution to it. You know, give a solution of what we think is best, so this can put it at a put it at cease.
into
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Death, Violence, and Drugs in Hip Hop, right? So recently, we just lost another up-and-coming rapper from Brooklyn, Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
20 years old, well, 20 years young, you know. Hasn't even been a year since he's been in the industry, and he's just
he's just taking off.
home invasion. Got killed in a home invasion robbery in the Beverly Hills of Hollywood Hills of California.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, it's unfortunate, you know. Dude was just taking off, and it seemed like that happens a lot to, a lot of these guys and stuff like that. Like Juice WRLD actually was able to have a couple of projects, develop his fan base and stuff like that. But yeah, Pop Smoke really just put out his first project, and he's might sound old as hell, but he was 20 years young, as you said, and it's just really unfortunate, like a lot of people get caught up and be in these other cities and be too comfortable and stuff like that. And not saying that that's what Pop Smoke did, but like you never know who had the information to get to his house, to get into his house and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, okay, yeah, we could get into that because a lot of people saying like his boy, like I guess his best friend, his brother, was the one who they allegedly, I'm not saying that they set him up because they figure out where he was because of the address was in the back of the picture.
Yeah, there was a couple of pictures. Like there's some pictures where he was standing out in front of the house and you saw the house number on the front of it. Then there's other pictures where he's getting a package, you know, that he ordered, and it says the address on the label. And these are things that most, you know, stars, most famous people know to cover up, you know, not let it get out and stuff like that. But he was 20 years old, man. He made some bad mistakes. Like, it's horrible.
And the thing is, like, I can't stand the fuck, yo. Like, the people on the internet, it's just, you guys are the fucking worst. Like, yo, I mean, terrible. I've seen some blog sites, I've seen some pages, like, it's just disrespect. Like, this kid just died, and you coming up with these fucking captions like, oh, this rapper blew up right after Pop Smoke's death. And I'm like, seriously? Like,
wow. I mean, that's what they thrive off of. Like, they thrive off of, you know, entertainment mishaps and, you know, death and, oh, look, he made a mistake. He tripped on a rock. Like, come on, like, y'all, that's what they thrive off of. And, you know, unfortunately, that gives them power and, you know, whatever else to keep them relevant. And it's their day-to-day job just to be on celebrities' nutsacks. Like, terrible. Like,
something you said is another thing that angers me. But what angers me the most about this situation is the fact that, like, it's nothing for people to take people's lives. Like, what is wrong with y'all? People can't respond. It ain't no damn video game. Like, what? Okay, what would have happened if y'all just came in his house and took his shit and did nothing to him? Like, come on now.
Yeah. But that's the thing. They didn't even take shit. They didn't even take shit. They was there just to do what they did. And,
It's allegedly saying it was an actual hit. Like, it was like a hit out on him. And it sucks because it's like, if it's one thing, unfortunately, if it happens in Brooklyn, like if this happened in Brooklyn, but this happened all the way in the West Coast, so it's like someone had it out for him.
They obviously
right, you know, and it sucks to say. It's like you can't even. It's one thing you try to you leave the hood. You know, when you become a rapper, you become famous and successful with all this money. It's the first thing you do. You know, you try to get out the hood, and shit just follows you. It's sad. It sucks.
It really does.
And this is why people end up cutting certain people off. Like, and you honestly can't blame them because you can't trust everybody. Not everybody is here for you.
Of course not. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, oh my god. And then what Ant was saying about the media is going to be the media for as long as they have been the media. But the lack of human decency for these people, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's fucking it's crazy. Like, it's just like, y'all don't give a fuck. It's like the next week y'all gonna forget about this and y'all gonna keep making these headlines and all for likes and views and streams. It's like, yo, man, why? 2020 is like the year of like people getting clout for people's deaths, and it's like, it's just fucking nasty, man. Like,
you know what I realized since the year started? It was like, you know that saying where there was like, oh, when people show you who they really are, believe them.
Believe them.
Yeah. It's true.
It is only February, and we have seen a lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit. A lot of shit in every medium in every section of the world. Like, it's crazy. Like,
it's true. No, you're right.
Like, wise words of Saba. He said, "Life don't mean shit to a nigga that ain't never had shit." It's like your life, my life doesn't even matter. You know, like I'll kill you over some bullshit because you disrespected me, and you know that's how much my life means to me. That I'll throw it away just over some disrespect, or I'll throw your life away over some disrespect or some money. You know,
and that shit don't even matter.
It really don't. In the span of things, shit really don't matter. A lot of things that a lot of people walk away from, you know, somebody step on your shoe, somebody does something wrong to you. A lot of people may cut that person off and, you know, just walk away from it. But other people just got to retaliate. You know, other people got, you know, their pride involved and, you know, want to protect that. You know, there's different levels to it, but it really sucks, you know. It's like a fucking, it's like a damn nigga moment, you know. Like, there's some things that a white guy or, you know, somebody who isn't really all up on their, you know, egotistical a little bit, that they're not going to react a certain way because they don't need to prove anything to you, the next man. Mm-hmm. But somebody else is like, no, I can't let you get by on me, you know.
Yeah.
Can't let you get
right.
by on me.
And you do, and then, you know, you get caught, and you get thrown in prison for what? For nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you do your life is going for nothing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's not
Right.
It's not like you. And the whole thing with this gang banging shit is like, yo, you guys are gang banging for all the wrong reasons. It's just like it doesn't make any sense to
It's
do.
not even for survival. It's not for protection and stuff. Y'all.
It's for your fucking pride.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people do it for, you know, that clout. You know, they want to, you know, they think it's the cool thing to do. It's still.
Yeah, you guys.
And the whole. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
No, the whole reason why, like, you know, I'm not. Y'all know I'm not up for this, you know, gangbanging shit. But the whole reason why the Crips were, you know, created was to protect the neighborhood. Now it's just like it's the other way around. It's like y'all killing each other for clout, colors, and bullshit. Like, you know, what y'all was just talking about. First thing that come to mind is Nipsey Hussle. Like, why did he have to die?
He didn't.
Like, really, why?
Because it was just.
It's old Crippin' versus new Crippin'. Old gangbanging versus new gangbanging.
And it's like, and the killer's sitting up in jail. His family already got dealt with. Like, what was all of that for? And you know, just to, you know, for what? Like,
because
it makes no sense.
It's a mentality. It's just it's instilled within the black community. It's just like, yeah, I gotta. You know, like, if I don't do this, the streets don't respect me, and nobody don't gonna fuck with me. And it's like, yo, man, the streets is gonna give a fuck about you whether you go to jail or not, whether you live or die. Like, the streets are just not gonna give a fuck about you.
Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just sucks in this situation because, you know, this kid's life was just taken from him, just like that.
Right.
For no reason. Like, and I'm not sitting here saying, like. Because in certain situations, we might joke, we might talk about certain things of what we feel like we would do in certain situations and everything. So I'm not going to sit here and acting like an angel, like, I don't get mad at people or I don't want to beat the shit out of people and all that other stuff. But when there's a hesitation when it comes to taking somebody's life. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like there's no regard, no nothing. And it bothers me. Yeah. I don't get it.
Unless someone's like trying to harm your family, or somebody's trying to kill you.
That's defense, exactly.
Right. It's different.
Defense is different, but I mean, like, after so many years of being glorified by not just hip hop music, but all kinds of music. You know, not just black people, but all kinds of entertainment. Violence is glorified. You know, it's not like we all enjoyed these mobster movies because they were good people. No, they were killing people and they were heartless, and that's what made them so looked up to, you know, so villainous and everything like that. And so it's like that's what we deal with, and we got a lot of people who still look up to that, thinking that that's real life, and it's really not. Like, you can change a lot with, you know, some bad decisions. But
yeah, it's like it's and you gotta blame the rappers. You gotta blame the rappers because the same rappers that's sitting there saying, "Yo, rest in peace to Pop Smoke," and "Yo, we gotta do better." It's the same people who's making the music for that. Like, you're the problem.
But I can't even say that because that's like saying something. Yes, you're not exactly inspiring people, but it's not exactly giving the people the permission to go out there and shoot up somebody's house either. So that is on you.
Right.
There's definitely going to be some personal accountability that got to be taken.
Of course.
But at the same time, like you said, it's when this is what you look up to, and this is what your favorite your role models say that they do. This is some of the things that you might think is normal, even though your favorite role models may not be doing that.
So
and
who's really a part of the problem then?
It's a chicken or the egg type thing, because at the end of the day, you could say that the music is like that and that's how the hood got, but the music is like that because that's how the hood is, So it's like I said, chicken or the egg, which came first?
Because you can say, oh, well, these are what they looked up to. This is what they're gonna say. Da 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 da. They can just, and then somebody can argue, oh, they're just telling a story. Da 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 da. This is what they grew up in. Da 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 da. Or then you take it to another argument talking about, oh, it's the video games, blah 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 blah, and that's what I'm saying. It's too big of a thing to narrow down exactly what is the problem.
I mean, so I don't want to say any names, but it's plenty. It's plenty of rappers that have that effect on especially with the younger generation. Obviously, the older generation, like they know the difference. You know what I'm saying? It's just
they didn't back then, and that's where you got the same issues that we have now is the same issues they had 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
When I was 9, and I didn't know anything about it, but you still hear people dying and all this bullshit just because there's like, oh, the older generation. The older generation was the younger generation 20, 30 years ago, so we can't even say that.
Which, but then that proves my point. It's like it's the rappers. It's the rappers.
It's the rappers. It's culture. It's embedded in certain people, and then they carry out that.
Yeah. Also,
someone had to teach somebody, hey, you don't let nobody disrespect you. Blah blah blah. You handle your business.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to. So it's like.
Oh, no, you're right. I'm not gonna say only the rappers, but it's the rappers, the culture, the label. The regular labels.
But that's the thing. They love that shit because it's the easiest thing to make money off of,
Mm-hmm.
Sex, drugs, and violence.
Exactly. Like those controversial things, those are what's going to cause somebody to, get signed and sell a bunch of records and stuff like that. They're not looking for the next Lupe. They're looking for the next 6ix9ine.
You know what? I do want to say this, and it's not going to be effective for everybody, but my dad, when I was little, and I used to spend a lot of time with my dad, he was a heavy hip-hop head. Like, you talking about Kid Capri, DJ Clue, Big Daddy Kane, all the way up to, like, Tupac, all that 90s rap. He was heavily into it. At the same time, he was heavily into, like, violent movies, like, when it come, from vampires to, like, shoot 'em up 90s movies, what's a good crime movie in the 90s? Like,
Suspects,
like
Goodfellas, stuff like
Scarface.
that. Menace to Society, Scarface, things like that. And I remember my dad telling me every time when we get in the car and we listen to, like, rap music and rap music having curses in it, he'd be like, look, I want to tell you something real quick. All this stuff that you hear in this song is not real life. Like, all of this is just what they went through, and for it not to be portrayed to actually do it in real life. So all of this stuff that they talking about here is just straight up fantasy. And then same thing when we watched I forgot what movie we was watching at the time, but it was about vampires. He was like, all of this stuff you see right here, it's not real. Like, it's just straight up fantasy, it's bullshit, whatever. Yeah. And that really stuck with me. And I do want to say, like, part of it does have to do with parenting, because if I wasn't told that when I was little, I'd be just like another, 6ix9ine or whatever. And that really stuck with me, to this day. Like, all that stuff you see on TV, movies, all that shit you hear in the rap songs is bullshit.
Yo.
So.
And did you say your father's profession, or can I ask what was your father's profession when you was younger?
He used to work with a cable company.
Okay.
Uh,
Nah, when you said that, I found it really funny because I heard the exact opposite from my father, and he was a cop. Because we would like be in the car listening to the radio. Biggie would come on. He was like, everything he's saying, he's telling the truth. It's according to his life, but he actually did that. He was like, so watch what you hear, watch what you're ingesting, and all that other stuff. So I got the opposite. You got it. Oh, they're selling this. They're saying this and that's that and the third. This is real for them, but it's fake. It's not the real world. And I heard it is the real world, but for them, this does not include you.
Yeah.
So like the messaging is still good parenting, but the messaging is different. Cause like I think my father kind of realized I need to know things. So it's like if he don't explain certain things to me, I really wouldn't know them until later on when I learn them, and I'm like, why ain't I saying nothing?
You're right. But the fact that we both had somebody to sit down with us and tell us, look, this is what this is what that is. Mm-hmm. These kids these days don't have anybody telling them that. Like they have people telling them, like, look, yeah, slap that motherfucker, shoot that motherfucker, stab that motherfucker, hit a lick.
Yeah, because that's what their parents grew up on.
Yep, or they didn't have that person there to give them a filter, you know, because some
type of filter.
Yeah, some type of filter to understand what is really going on, because but it's crazy, you know, because like these things are not, you know, how life works for everybody. You know, a lot of it's like the perspective is different for a lot of different people, because some people may hear that you know, all of these guns, drugs, and bitches and stuff like that, and they identify with that, and they like, yo, this inspires me to want more, you know, like, but some people hear that and, you know, that's what they want. It's like, yeah, I want to go shoot some people. I want to, you know, do what this guy's doing. Like, I lived in West Orange, New Jersey, and that is a suburb. It's a nice area. I've been to the hood. Lived in the hood before. You know, like the actual hood. Now, it's crazy seeing people that were born in West Orange, you know, raised there, both parents love them to death, and they want to gangbang. They want to live that life. They want to like live like they have a struggle going on or something like that. And it's like, why? You know, it's not cool. And I think that's the problem. Yeah. I think the real problem is that misunderstanding that the people who think that it's cool and the people who understand what it really is. Like,
my question would be, like, what is it that you want? Like, what is it that you're looking for going into these gangs? Like, because a lot of times now that they're getting documented, a lot of them want to, like, kind of get away from that violent persona and everything. So there's like, oh, it's a brotherhood, blah, 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 blah. I'm one of the loyalist people I know. You don't have to be in a fucking gang to be loyal. You don't have to be in a fucking gang to be family. Like, you can create that without the guns and violence and shit.
Yeah, there's no loyalty in gang. Like, once,
I mean, that's I gotta disagree in some parts, because it's like, yo, there are a lot of gangs, you know, as far as like, that's the generalized thing about it, you know. There are a lot of gangs that they're not actually doing, you know, they're not actually selling drugs. They're not actually doing this thing. They are taking care of each other and stuff like that. But it's like, it's really not even just about the gangs itself. It's about the mentality of the people that, you know,
are in the gangs.
That, yeah, the people, you know, that, the people that don't really see the point of, you know, loving your fellow man, you know, like the regular shit. You don't want to kill the next man. You like, people like, nowadays I see this, the knockout game, like it calmed down now, but where they used to just go up to an old person or whatever and just knock them out.
To the point where I was afraid. It used to happen around here. I was afraid they would have my grandmother walk outside by herself. She used to walk everywhere. And like,
it's ridiculous because that shit doesn't even make sense. But for some reason, it got cool in some crowds. And like, that's the problem. Like, what crowds are these? Who's feeding these people? Who's taking care of these people? Who's raising these people where they think that's cool.
Well, it's because when you deal with certain gangs, like as I said before, there's no loyalty in the gang, because if there was loyalty in the gang, see, now you're in gangs, you have an OG, right? You got an OG, you got the people that's under them. If these people are so loyal, why are you sending the young kid, oh, go rob this person? I'm gonna send you on this mission. Go sell this. Go sell that. Go kill this person.
Yep.
That's not loyalty, because it's like, and if you get caught, you better not say nothing. You better not tell.
Nope.
Don't
Loyal
snitch.
to them.
Yep.
But it's like you're setting this kid up for failure.
It's like, what are you doing for the youth? Are you exploiting them, or are you, raising them? Like, are you trying to teach them something? And that's really the thing, because it's got to be a consistent role model somewhere for regular black youth, regular people. Like, there are some people who are out there trying to do good in their neighborhoods and stuff like that. Like, everybody everywhere needs a few of those, and that's how you would change it. That's how you would change the culture, instead of like gun buybacks and stuff like that. Like, those shits work. They take a lot of guns off the street, even if they're just broken ones. But just saying.
You have people like Big U, Mob James. They used to be in gangs, when they were younger, but now they gotten older. It's like, listen, I want to change my ways. I want to just empower the people now. I just want to empower my community, and I understand what I've done in the past, but we're past that now. I don't want to do the gangbang anymore. I just want to uplift the youth.
Yep.
So. But you still got some old people who still gangbang. Like, motherfuckers is like 45, still waving the flag around. It's like,
because like, a lot of those people ain't got nothing else. And it's like, and those are the ones who are, like, those are the ones who just trying to, send the young kid on this run for them. They the ones that's, really ain't got nothing left.
Yeah, it's like you 45 with a 19-year-old mentality. It's like you're living your second childhood.
Yep.
That's what it is.
See, and that's the thing. That for just as much hip hop as you got that's promoting violence, you got hip hop that may mention violence and isn't really, trying to influence people to do violence and stuff like that. Name an example of mentioning violence. Like Sean just said second childhood. That made me think of Nas. A lot of people would think of Ether. The same album that had Ether is the same album that had Second Childhood, talking about that old gangbanger that, can't get his life together because he's 45 and ain't got shit else to live for. The same shit that's talking about loading up his guns and shit like that and blacking out as he shoot back, fuck getting hit. Like, all of this shit, a lot of people might hear that and want to shoot some shit up. Other people will hear that and understand that they're trying to paint a picture.
Go to a gun range.
Right? Gun ranges are fun. Go hunting. Legal hunting.
Legally, go hunt. Something.
That's the best solution.
Hey,
go to one of those places where you can just break shit. There are ways. There are ways.
Yeah, go to the boxing gym or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we may sound corny for doing this other stuff. I just don't want to see anybody else die anymore. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Yeah. I don't care if I sound corny at this point. Do something else.
Yeah. Same thing with the drugs. Like, all these rappers and these celebrities overdosing. Like Juice WRLD, Mac Millen. It's just like, yo, man, something just gotta give.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, and that's like I said, same thing with the drug thing. It's like, it's cool now, like, people see it happen and they're like, oh, that's cool, that's fine, like,
there's a fucking limit.
Like, in my circle of friends, everybody smoke weed, like, I know some people that took pills, but never too far with it, and if they did go too far with it, they tried to keep it from the core group of friends, because they know that that's not cool.
Exactly.
Nobody ever came around me and did a line of coke and was, like that. I saw somebody pull out a rock to smoke before, and I'm like, what the fuck? and he looks at it like, that's not my homie, but he looks at the homie that brought him around. He's like, yo, I thought you said he was cool. I'm like, what?
Nigga, I will never be that cool.
Not here, bro. Not here.
What did he tell him?
Huh?
What did he tell him?
He said not here.
Oh.
Nigga.
Not here. Then you gotta question your homie. Why the fuck are you cool with that? Like,
It's true.
no, there's a fucking limit.
Like,
There's a limit.
It's a problem.
like,
man.
we got to really look out for each other, you know? We really got to make sure that we keep each other on our toes, and, you know? Because at the end of the day, a lot of these people that are gang banging and that don't have anything else to live for, a lot of these people are victims of the system too, you know? Not saying that they can't take accountability for their own actions, but a lot of these people have been less fortunate and felt like they had no other options and learned from the only role models that they had,
Right.
and this is where it got them, you know? But it's going to take a lot of self-awareness for them to pull out of that and understand that there's a shitload of life left as long as you're breathing.
Right.
You know?
Basically.
And let's not get it twisted, because I know people say, oh, well, it's the environment that they're in. Now, as far as the younger generation, like, I don't fault them, because if they're born in the hood, that's not their fault. That's the parents' fault. You know.
yeah.
So I'm not holding that against them. But it's like, okay, now you're aware of what's going on. Let's say you get older, you know, you become a rapper, you become a producer, you become an athlete.
Hold on. You get older, you survive the hood. Now you move, you go on to do other stuff.
Sure, yeah, right. You know, but you have some people, I want to stay in the hood. I want to, like, you know, I want to be with my community, and it's like, I can understand it, but at the same time, you gotta understand you're a target. When you have that type of money and you have that type of fame, people are less unfortunate than you were back then. So you're a target. So that's what I say. A lot of rappers and a lot of like famous people, they try to stay in their hood and try to be all cool and shit like that. It's like, no.
I'll come back to visit. I'm not staying.
Hide, my nigga. That's what we're trying to say.
Like,
Hide.
just-
Hide.
Go to another country. Yeah.
Move and don't tell everybody you moving. Just leave.
I mean, everybody's a target, you know, let alone with someone with a bunch of money.
or
Fame. But yeah, it's like, if you have that opportunity to get out the hood and, you know, change your life and make sure your family is good as well, please do that. Don't even think twice about it. Just, yo, all right, I got it. Boom, this is what we're going to do. This is the blueprint. We out.
Okay, so what would be the solution? Because I feel like we've so far lost one person a month, whether it be due to violence, drugs, or whatever, or just an accident. Like, we've lost one person a month so
Okay.
far.
I mean, you like, what sucks is you'll never solve the sudden death shit, you know? Sudden
Yeah.
death is
That we
always going to
can't-
happen, but like,
We can avoid it.
yes, a lot of these things can be avoided, and like with, you know, like the drug overdoses and stuff like that, and even, you know, the violence. Just think about it, man. There's other shit. There's more. There's a lot more.
Well, for
You
one,
know?
yeah, as far as the violence, I would say, listen, someone steps on your shoes, someone disrespects you, someone says something about you, listen,
Someone
man.
owe you some money.
Just listen, let it go. You'll get to live to see another day, and just
Learn
keep
from
living life, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as, oh, yo, if I see my op, like, listen, there's no need for that. There's really no reason to, like, take another person's life just because, oh, my gang don't fuck with his gang, so I gotta kill this person because he's like the op. And it's like, listen,
Or back in the day, you're wearing the wrong color, my nigga.
yeah, thank God we don't do that anymore. like, I'm glad that's done. But it's just, listen, man, it's just squash the beef. Try to, you know, do right by people, and just, you know, focus on yourself. Get out the hood. Move to another country. Go on vacation. Like, go to a different country or something, man. Go to Amsterdam. Go smoke some weed.
You know
something.
That's a big thing that somebody said. Somebody said there's nothing that can open somebody's mind faster than traveling.
Go somewhere. Leave
like,
the block is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Leave.
Go to the beach and leave the country. That's the main thing. Leave the country sometime. Just all of this money you're getting from drug dealing and shit, leave the country twice and see what happens.
Right.
You know?
Just
see if you don't want to expand and be like, yo, I need to do this more. What can I do? Like, you know what? Let me put these crack rocks
Traveling is
like,
a drug in itself.
Yeah.
People get addicted to it.
That's a healthy drug. It's a healthy addiction.
I swear, if there's any thug people, gangs, whatever in New York, and y'all never travel, leave New York. I bet you the air smell better.
And yeah, when I
bet you can breathe a little deeper. That little bit of air, that little bit of section of lung that you can't really get the air to, I bet you get air down there. Go to Virginia or something. Go down south. Yeah. How about that?
Well, Vegas.
What?
I'm gonna act a damn fool in Vegas. No, don't go to Vegas.
Don't go to Vegas.
Don't go to Vegas, man.
Don't make that your first trip. No, don't go to Miami either.
Because, don't go to. First of all, you go to Miami, you're gonna see all the New Yorkers that you see in
exactly.
Don't
go to Miami.
So.
It's everybody up here running to Miami.
Don't go to LA either. You're gonna see all the people from New York in LA.
You have to go to Texas.
Go to Texas.
Go to Texas. Go to
Puerto Rico.
No, you can't go to Puerto Rico. There's many New Yorkers over there too.
Oh yeah, that's just the Bronx, right?
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Is it really? Is it really?
Yeah, hey, go to Cuba, man.
Cuba? Oh, I don't know about that. Find Pop.
Ooh, Brazil.
Find Tupac.
Brazil. There you go. Go to Brazil.
Oh yeah,
go to Brazil.
Stay away from the burundanga trees.
Who?
The burundanga trees.
Who?
The burundanga trees.
Well, shit, that's the real hood. Well, Brazil. Just go to the resort. Just go to the resort.
Stay wherever you go. Stay on the resort.
Yeah.
Just stay on the resort.
You think like New York hood's bad?
Go to Jamaica, and not the deep, backwoods of Jamaica, in the safe Jamaica.
Safe Jamaica. Go to Aruba. Go to Africa. Let's talk about
Go to Egypt. Yeah.
Yo, shout out my boy Pop. This man has just got back from Jamaica, and he went to the wrong part of Jamaica. He said he had a good time, but you got to pour your showers.
Oh, okay. Well, he has like family over there.
No, he's just visiting some friends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was safe.
He was in the gully side, Ant. Anyway. All right. That's a gully. But in all seriousness, any more solutions that we want to give on this situation?
Don't think twice. Think about 10 times before you do something stupid.
Yeah. You have a lot to lose.
If your life is extreme, you need an extreme number of times to rethink shit.
Yeah. Word.
And
that's the fucked up thing, is that we're not all dealt the same cards, but we all in the same game, and you might need to try harder, and you might need to be a little bit more patient than the next person, or you might need to work harder than the next person, but there's always a way, to the finish line, to fulfillment, to a happy life, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't make you less of a person if you walk away.
Word.
That's a big one.
Yeah, because life does go on. People going to try to come and visit you as much as possible, and they going to try to write to you as much as possible, but life goes on, Yeah. So we got a comment on the live from Moneybag. He says, hate is everywhere. The ghetto is everywhere. It's just people that don't want to change. You got to give praise and thanks every day.
No doubt.
But that's straight up, man.
Was that the guy? He was in Jamaica.
Yeah,
He
he
was
is.
in Jamaica.
He was in Jamaica.
He know.
Yeah.
He almost had to run in with the rude boys.
Y'all stupid.
Yo, man.
All right.
Well, yeah, just to wrap this up, man. This wraps up this episode of the Uncelebs, man. Episode 93. Be 93 and 0. Yeah, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Anchor. This is sponsored by Anchor, and I said iTunes, right? I didn't say
That's
iTunes.
what he said. You can say it again.
Yeah, I say iTunes. Yeah. Leave a review. You know. Yeah.
Word.
If you leave a review, we're gonna read it on the show. How about that?
Yeah. All right.
Word. Word up.
All right, I'm Sean Solo.
This is Stephanie Nomadic Goddess.
This is Dre on motherfucking drums.
We out.